Welcome to the channel, Lowry's Garage.
Like and subscribe.
Alright, today, it's almost riding season. The weather's getting pretty. Time to get the bike out. There's things you need to go through before you start riding your bike every year to make sure that it's as safe as it can be. Riding is never safe, but as safe as it can be. Things like checking your brake hoses, checking your brake linings, checking the depth on your tires, how much tread you got left on your tires, checking for cracks in your tires. And you need to change fluids. You know, it's been sitting all winter. Needs new fluids. So we're going to get to showing you what to check. Let's go. All right. So some of the things you're going to check. And one is you're going to check your tire depths. And on tire depths, here's an old school trick. You take a Lincoln penny, and from the edge of the penny to the top of his head is 2/32, and at that point you want the tire off your bike. You take the head, you put it in the groove. You can see the top of Lincoln's head. You need to change your tire. Now I single-sided the brakes out on this bike. There is no rotor on this side anymore, and I took the caliper off. I did it for looks. It changes the braking, stopping ability, but it'll still lock up the front tire, which if it'll lock up the front tire, the brakes are working. I ain't road racing the bike. I don't have any problem with it. Now one of the other things you're going to check is your brake pads. Your brake pads, right here, you're going to want to see how wide they are. And if they get down to 1/16 of an inch, a little before that, I will pull them off and put new pads on, because you do not want them to go to metal and get to your rotor. Then you got to buy a new rotor. You don't want to buy a new rotor for this bike. I check the brake lines, all of the brake lines on the bike, to make sure they haven't cracked. I know that these are perfectly fine because I single-sided it out last year, which meant I'm going to put new brake pads, new master cylinder, new brake lines on it. Your fork oil. You need to change your fork oil every couple, 3 years. Like any other oil, it gets wore out. This one had new fork oil put it last year when I single-sided it out. All this has been apart, put back together. All right, on your primary chain. Your primary chain on this bike is self-adjusting. Now on my soft tail that I used to have, my shovel head I used to have, on Dave's bike, you have to manually adjust them. There'll be a cover here, you take it off, and you have to set the tension on the chain. It's usually 1/2 inch to 3/4 where how much slack it should have in it. Let's see, on your, get this light, on your drive belt. Now mine happens to have a gauge here, and Harley will sell you a tool, and other people will sell you a tool that gets 10 pounds of pressure, and they say you should have a 1/2 inch of deflection from where it's rested. When you push up on it, should have a 1/2 inch. This one's a little loose. I need to tighten that yet this morning. They say 10 pounds of pressure. Well, most of us can tell what 10 pounds of pressure is. You just take the back wheel, loosen it up, adjust it back, make sure the belt's tracking right. While you're there, look at your belt. Make sure that it's not cracking, there's not chunks out of it, that it's in good shape. You do not want to lose a belt on one of these at highway speed. They can wrap around the back wheel, they can hurt you bad. I've told you before that I wrecked this bike. The paint job on this bike, believe it or not, was done with me on a pair of crutches. With a broken leg on crutches, I painted this bike. Let's see, what else do we have? Make sure all your lights work. Look them over. Change your brake fluid every couple of years. It ain't that hard, you know. Empty the brake fluid out, put new brake fluid in it every couple of years. change your oil as you just seen us do on this one. Look over everything, make sure the horn works. All right, these don't have a this bike, it doesn't have a regular gasket. It's got an O-ring, which is reusable. Harley will try to sell you one every time you go up to tell them you're going to service one. They want to sell you a new O-ring. You don't need a new O-ring every time. All you need O-ring is damaged. Yeah. Now Dave's bike, that'll be coming in here, has a leak somewhere here. It's between the primary and the motor. We are not sure if it's there's a sensor right there.
Yeah, and there's the O-ring on the back side of it.
And we don't know which one it is, so I'm going to bring a dye. We're going to put dye in the motor oil, run the bike for a while, and that will let us know if it's oil coming, if the oil is coming from the motor or if it's coming from the primary. If the dye doesn't come out, it's coming from the primary, and we'll just pull the primary off and fix the gasket on. Right. I knew that was going to happen. Yep. I got it. Ooh.
No, you worry about that.
Yeah, I am worried about that. Didn't hurt it.
I got this.
All right, thanks, buddy. Things happen.
Sometime.
Well, you've seen how bad this bike looked at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Let this primary drain for a while, because this takes a while to drain. It takes about a quart of primary fluid in here. I changed this one because I put a new clutch in it last year.
3/4 of a quart.
Is it 3/4?
Yeah. Yeah, because we just changed mine, remember?
Yours is 3/4. This one takes almost full quart.
Does it?
Yeah. Different bike, different gear. All right, let's go to the other side. We'll get everything else draining. Now I'll get my chair. Be right back.
Yeah. Front, back.
Front?
Yeah. Engine oil.
Oh, yeah.
And then that one's the long ones for the transmission.
I gotta find the one for the engine.
It is.
Hang on, we're gonna
There you go.
help the situation.
Right there. Corner.
Yep, that's it. This is one of the engine oil. That's one. Pan back there before I pull it all the way out, because
You don't want to mess like I made last night?
no, I'd rather not have to clean the floor and the lid.
Where's your sense of adventure, Bo?
Well,
There we go.
look at that a little better. Ooh.
A little metal? Oh. No. Well. No, that wouldn't be in there. They say you just changed them clutches, but
No, that's,
clutch dust wouldn't be in the transmission.
well, actually that, yeah, but I hadn't changed this in a couple of years, so. I won't be, I won't be worrying about it this year, but at some point, transmission may have to come off of it because that's pretty bad.
Alright. Yep.
And the fourth plug is the oil plug, the oil pan.
Yep. It's coming out. You're on it. There you go.
It's right there.
We sprung a leak. Tends to happen when you pull all the plugs.
Yep, now we let it drain.
Right?
Let it drain for a while and then we can put the plugs back in. I need to pull this, and I'm going to move the pan forward and do the oil filter. Because I really don't want to.
Another little oil bath?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Get plenty of those. Alright, I know they're going to have questions. Because we always get questions.
Oh, yeah.
The bike, as we've said, is a 2009.
Yeah.
It
It is.
It is.
This is a little bit of a few modifications.
Yeah, I'll back up so I can look. It does not look stock. By no means. Okay. Oh, what was the name of these bars? KB,
You just thought those like
KSBs, KBs?
Yeah, KBS, KGSs.
Something like that. It has teardrop mirrors. It has Ness black grips. Now, because I single-sided it, I had to order 2 sets of levers.
Yeah.
It's got performance machine grips. I had to order 2 sets of Arlen Ness levers because the master cylinder
It's off of Heritage.
is off an '09 Heritage, and the other side, the clutch lever, is from the Roadglide. Had to order 2 sets of levers to get 1 set for the bike that matches. The drop seat kit you see on it. It's a Fat Bagger, FBI Fat Bagger Incorporated drop seat kit. Being honest with you, my buddy Jim and me put this in, and it's like putting 10 pounds of shit into a 5-pound bag.
Yeah, pretty much.
It has Paul Yaffe fender and bags, which, where's the other camera? We'll show them the back of it. I'll show them a picture of the back of it.
Yeah.
It's got a breakout front wheel off a 14 breakout COB. That allowed me to single-side the brake on it, give it a much cleaner look. I was looking for a wheel. Honestly, I did this. I cut all the braking hardware off this
Yeah.
slider.
Yeah, you bought a whole new set of sliders just to cut a piece off of it.
Yeah, because my other ones are powder coated black, my original ones, and I wanted to cut them off. I didn't want to have to get all the powder coat off, have them re-powder coated. So cut them off, re-powder coated, powder coat this one to match. Now this is actually, my powder coater got the powder coat that Harley uses to powder coat their frame. The same powder coat. So, and we powder coat with this. These bells I powder coated, the lowers, the brackets, everything on this thing you see that's black would normally been chrome. Because honestly, the '09 was an old man bike.
Yeah.
You know, we got the Clockworks windshield. This bike's been wrecked, and when a lot of this was done, it was because it was wrecked, and I had to rebuild my bike. Now this last year, like I said, we did the wheel. Most of it was done in 13. We did the wheel, the handlebars, the covers, trying to freshen it up. Now the pipes, you will not find a set line. These were Samson cannons, which I cut off, went to the parts store, and bought a set of turn downs that they sell for the back of your car, and put them on here and turned them out like I wanted something short, like a street sweeper that's turned directly out to the side. It's kind of been my thing on all my bikes. Other than that, I powder coat the dash black levers. I will never go any further black. When I started doing the black theme, it was cool because Harley wasn't doing it. Now Harley, you can buy one that's all blacked outside. I'm gonna leave the rest of the chrome on it. I don't see any point in taking it off. Well, I think he's about drained. I guess we can put some plugs in.
Put some fresh in the nuts and oil.
Yeah.
Alright.
Here's a little cheater trick. Because it's so hard to pour oil in these, and you have to put a little funnel in, it's always a pain. What I tend to do is I take a little piece of cardboard, put it in right here, pour on the back side of the cardboard to fill it up, with oil. And it tends to work. Without me losing a bunch all over the
All over the floor.
yeah, all over.
Or lift.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Now, don't take this to me having a lift. Dave would tell you, I worked on bikes for 20 years on the floor. I decided I was sick of it, hurting the old back, so I went and bought me a lift. And they ain't bad. I bought this lift used with everything for $500. I think probably new it probably wasn't more than $600 or $700. This one has the air lift and has a flat jack and the tire block. I don't know why I didn't buy one a long time before. Oh yeah, dude.
We had we're both cheap, and we had the use of a motorcycle jack.
Yeah.
That's why. And if we didn't have a motorcycle jack, we had blocks of wood.
Yeah. Like I said, she ain't no new bike. She's been run hard, put away wet more than once. But I'll never sell it because, yeah, it literally has my blood in it. Or in 2013 when I got hit on this bike, the insurance company first looked at it and said, oh, we want to total it. And I said, listen, you ain't totaling my bike. They go, yeah, we need to total that. No, the frame ain't bent. You ain't totaling my bike. Because at the time I owed like $8 grand on the bike. And if I'd have let them total it, well, they wouldn't have gave me enough money for a new one. So I would have ended up either having to buy somebody else's used one or go $16,000 in debt to replace this one. No, I wasn't doing that. No, I don't like doing that kind of being done that way. And I put every mile other than when I've let Dave or Jimmy ride this bike, I put every mile on this one. And other than me and
Make sure you've got the washers on each one.
yeah, better.
A couple of them
Fell off, didn't they?
fell off, yeah.
Other than me and my buddy Jim, nobody else has ever worked on this bike.
Well, me, you, and Jim.
Yeah. Well, you know, if I could remember where I put my glasses, it'd be nice. Trying to find black bolts on a black bench with
Just handed them to you.
with black washers.
Yeah.
Without my glasses that are probably, who knows where. Yeah, you looking for them still? Well, thanks, Dave.
Pretty good at multitasking.
We'll find out when we look at the footage.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you ain't got that clock right.
Oh, you're right.
I know.
Having one of them
My
days.
little anal retentiveness coming out to shine.
Well, I'd have noticed before I got them tightened. That goes to show. Don't get worried when you make mistakes, no matter who you are. Everybody makes them. And if they show you that, oh, we're perfect, we don't make mistakes, it's editing. A lot of editing. Yeah. I'd rather be known for who I am than who I'm not.
All right.
it didn't surprise me. I had a little metal on that transmission. Can't imagine how it could have happened, you know.
Yeah.
Been riding this bike since '09. She's been thrashed on a lot. When I say a lot, Dave will tell you.
Yeah, he means a lot. Ain't no reason to have it if you ain't gonna ride it.
She ain't been no,
Trailer queen.
no. Oh, now, Dave, you ain't supposed to get oil on your hands. You know, it could cause cancer. They didn't mention that till I was 50 years old, but
Stuff happens.
something's gonna kill me. I smoked for, what, 37 years?
Yeah.
If the oil I get on me from changing oil on my bike kills me, wow, I'll be surprised. All right, all the plugs are in. Let's put some oil in this old pig. And we'll be done.
Yeah.
Woohoo! There we go. Now this bike takes 24 ounces of the transmission, a full quart in the primary. If I remember right, actually I remember it's a little over 3 quarts of oil. I think. I may have to check out in. Just, you know, when you do something twice a year.
Yeah. Kind of hard to keep track.
Yes. I do this bike twice a year and how much other junk in between.
Yeah, right.
I know, when I was younger, I kept track of all that stuff. Oh boy.
What's up?
Oil cap's just trying to kick my butt.
3.5 quarts.
3.5. I knew it was over. There it goes. Oil on the hands, couldn't get enough grip on it to turn it. 3.5 quarts of oil. All right, that can go on the shelf. Genuine overpriced oil. Yeah, you guys heard me say it, genuine overpriced oil. Put her on the ground, makes noise. We got one missing.
What's that? In that case, yeah. Remember, I searched and searched and searched, and I found a bunch of them. But
I forgot.
had one that's still missing. It's the MIA one that I will find one day. I found all the torques.
Alright.
Found all that.
Get out of your way. Air hose.
You know, sockets.
Yeah, I think I got them all. Tomorrow I'll adjust that back wheel up. Tomorrow I gotta adjust the back wheel up. Got it. All right. All right, both in. Control.
It's gonna get loud, guys.
Yep. Oil pressure, no leaks.
Didn't like wind there.
I'll tighten that wheel up tomorrow. Or I'll tighten that belt up tomorrow. Weather gets good enough, we'll be riding.
Yeah.
And guys, please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Flowers Garage, like having you guys showing up. Have a good night.
Yep.